The Yellow Mountains of China. This is Huangshan. Named after the Yellow Emperor or Huangdi, this jagged mountain range located on the eastern side of the country is undoubtedly one of the most visited destinations in China, and we totally get why. We were blown away by impressive granite ridges, deep gorges, and low-hanging clouds that mystified the atmosphere. While this was easily the busiest destination we experienced in China, there are certain tips and tricks that can help you mostly avoid the crowds, which we'll share with you in this video.
We're so stoked to be heading to Huangshan, and ever since we looked up where to go in China, this one has popped up like no other, and all the images and videos that we've seen have convinced us to make the effort to get there ourselves.
We really want to show you guys our entire journey from beginning to end. And that is why we are starting here at the Shanghai Hotel station, because we have been exploring Shanghai for the last few days, which, by the way, make sure to go check out that video if you have not already. In order to get to Huangshan, unless you have a private driver or you're driving yourself, you have to make your way first to Huangshan City, whether that's by flight or by train. We're about to board our train in about half an hour or so. It should only take about 2.5 hours from here on a high-speed railway. So let's go and hop on our journey. We finally made it to Huangshan City. Honestly, the ride wasn't too bad. However, the seats are a bit narrow. We were sitting in second class, which means it was a 3x2 configuration. If you did want a little bit more room, you can go ahead and sit first class, which then it becomes 2x2. Now, you might think that because we got to Huangshan City, our journey has now completed. It's actually not. If you wanted to stay here for a night and maybe visit the Tunxi Old Street, you definitely can. But from here, we actually do need to take an hour's bus ride over to the foot of the mountain in a town called Tangkou.
So head towards the tour bus sign or scenic bus, not the regular bus, because this is where we're going to be heading to Huangshan.
After a decently long travel day, we have finally made it to our hotel here in the town of Tangkou. And to reiterate why you should at least spend one night here before exploring the mountains is because up in Huangshan, it is massive. You need at least a full day to explore everything that you want to see. And this town is by far the closest town to the foot of Huangshan.
We wanted to stay pretty close to the bus stop where we got dropped off, and it's just by foot, maybe 5-10 minutes to our hotel called the Micro Hotel by Wyndham. When we got to this hotel, we kind of got like a 4-star experience. They gave us a free room upgrade, so we now have a large room, massive king-size bed, nice living space, and a view of the mountains and the KFC sign. But the best part is a Lauren-approved bathroom, which is a nice touch.
What is probably one of the craziest facts, though, is the fact that this hotel was about $40 a night. That's kind of unbelievable, and to be honest, you could go a lot cheaper if you're staying just a little bit further from the bus transport area. But I think for now, we're just gonna take it easy, grab a quick bite to eat. We do need to repack our luggage because we are checking out tomorrow because we are gonna be staying a night up on the mountains. That should be such an unreal experience.
Oh my gosh. We were warned to be here early as the line to get onto the eco-friendly bus to get to Huangshan starts at 6:40. We were told to be here maybe at 6. We got here at 5:50, and this is a line that's ahead of us.
Once you get through the crazy hectic line, you're gonna come to this window to pick up your tickets to Huangshan, and afterwards come over to this ticket window, and that's where you're gonna go and pick up the tickets for the bus. Now the cable car, you're gonna buy it once you actually get to the mountain. All right, let's head through the gates. We finally got through a really hectic process of getting our tickets, and we're about to go and hop on our bus so we can get to the foot of the mountain. Now, a few different things. Make sure to bring your passport. You need your passport in order to get to Huangshan. Now, luckily though, is that if you have your passport, it is half off for the price of your entrance ticket, which is 95 yuan per person. Now the cost of the bus is 19 yuan per person. And your final cost is gonna be when you go and take the cable car, which we're gonna head to soon.
Finally, some peace and quiet. It's not as chaotic because there are actually two ways you can go up the mountain. There's a Yungu cableway and the Yiping cableway. The Yungu goes through the back of the mountain and Yiping goes to the front. We took the back way because most of the tours go through the front of the mountain. Yet if you wanted to do this in one single day, you totally could go up the back and down the front.
After collecting our cable car tickets, we were finally able to catch a glimpse of the breathtaking yellow mountains. We ascended and a dense fog enveloped us, transforming the landscape into an enchanting and moody scene. Despite the relatively long duration of the ride, time just seemed to stand still as we were captivated by the panoramic views unfolding before us.
Excited that we're here and the clouds are starting to reveal the mountains. It's actually so beautiful on this foggy day. We were worried about the weather, but it turns out that the clouds are really adding to the texture of the scenery.
And also, we finally get a little bit of peace and quiet. It was so hectic before that we couldn't really vlog at all. We're just trying to find our way through and buy our tickets. But I hope that mini guide that we spoke to earlier could help you guys quite a bit. Now we're super excited. We're just gonna walk along all the different paths here, which there are many, and hopefully we can enjoy some beautiful scenes along the way. I am pretty glad that we are here right in the middle of October because we do see some fall colors, so it adds really nice to the misty scenery in the back.
It is a lot cooler of temperatures, and even though to us it's extremely busy, I can't imagine what it's like in the summer.
In the summer or during like public holidays, I hear the lines just get insane. Sometimes I think you wait literally hours just to ride the cable car. Right now we're heading over to Begin to Believe Peak, and a lot of the places here in Huangshan are steps. They have made it really easy for you to go, but like me right now, running out of breath because there are a lot of stairs to go through. You see a lot of people carrying these like big wooden sticks. They do help quite a bit when you're walking. Normally out here in China, finding a bathroom is like one of the easiest things, but for some reason here in Huangshan, it's not super easy to find. But there's a bathroom right there, and it's so funny because the sign doesn't just say toilet. It specifically says tourism toilet. It's like specifically like if you're a tourist, you can use this bathroom. You're a worker? No, you gotta use something else. I slipped on one of these boulders. I'm a small casualty. I'm okay though.
Man down, man down. Oh, how are your ribs?
Hurt a little bit.
Oh no.
If it wasn't for this railing,
you would have
right
just
here,
tumbled down.
I literally would have fell all the way through there.
Dang, you just slept right here in this crevice.
Not too bad. We were walking around for quite a bit, but now it is time for lunch. We were told before coming up to the mountain that food is really hard to come by and also is really expensive. But honestly, as we're walking around, there's so many little kiosks that are selling lunch sets for like 45 yuan. Hamburgers and like Chinese pancakes for like 15 to 25 yuan. And to us, that's actually a really good price considering you're literally on top of a mountain. But we did come prepared with our own little lunch kits. And this is actually really interesting. We've honestly never tried this before, but essentially this entire thing can heat itself up. All you have to do is at the bottom, there's a heat pack. You add water to it, it creates a reaction, and it heats up all of the food inside. Lauren got the beef curry, while I got the braised chicken and rice. We'll go ahead and open these and see how they work.
And voila, all cooked. It's looking really good. The rice does seem a little bit dry, but it's nice and hot. The container is super hot. Beef curry smells delicious. Definitely beats Michelina's in a microwave. This is just piping hot, and the meat is actually really good.
I feel so much better after having some food in my system, and now we are gonna go and explore the West Sea Grand Canyon.
Very excited for this valley. There's actually an entire walkway built right against the cliff of the canyon.
Yeah, we've been seeing pictures of this online and we hope it lives up to the hype. After we go through the canyon, because it is downhill, we're actually gonna take an interesting form of transportation back up to our hotel. The West Sea Grand Canyon is genuinely so beautiful. I feel like some of the best scenes that we've seen today has got to be in this area. But there is a small caveat in the fact that it is very, very narrow as you're climbing down these really steep stairs. So just be aware of that. If you do have vertigo or you're not too physically inclined, this may not be the best path. But guys, if you can, highly recommend this area.
All of these downhill steps are not so good for the knees and ankles, but definitely beautiful for the eyes as we get to really soak in all of the gorgeous views that surround the canyon.
After walking all the way down, we made it back up to the top of the mountain by the Xihai Funicular. And that was actually really, really cool getting to see all the views open up once again. Now the cost for this is 100 yuan per person. It is the most expensive ride you can take here in Huangshan. All right, enough talking. We're so tired. Let's go get checked into the hotel. We just checked into our hotel. We are staying at the Baiyun Hotel or the White Cloud Hotel. There's only a handful of hotels up here in Huangshan, and the only reason, to be fully honest, to stay at any of these places is because you want to be able to catch sunset or sunrise. These hotels aren't cheap by any means, so for us, we're really praying for a decent sunset or sunrise to get our money's worth. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a quick room tour. As you can see behind me, we're staying in a bit of a cabin vibe kind of room. We literally just booked the cheapest thing because again, we're only here for one reason and one reason only. But the bathroom, it's actually pretty nice. You have everything that you need. And once you come in, they actually provide you with these really thick down jackets because up here in the mountains, especially if there's rain, it gets freezing cold. So which is why these rooms do not have AC, but they do have heating. We get a nice big queen bed, got a little TV, a little coffee station, and the cutest little like tea nook. We can sit there, relax with a okay view, not the biggest window, but we do get a bit of view, which is nice. Currently, it's only about 3:30. We have about 2 hours until sunset. We're hoping to sneak in a little bit of a nap, go catch sunset, and then we'll go find some food.
One of the most popular sunset and sunrise spots on Huangshan is called the Bright Summit. Thankfully, it's super close to our hotel, but the sky is looking a little bit gloomy. We're not gonna get our hopes up, but we're still excited to check it out. Oh, so sad. No sunset today. Just more doom and gloom, more fog and darkness. But I am gonna keep my hopes up for tomorrow morning. And I'm getting borderline hangry now and I don't want to take it on Jason. So we're gonna head back to the hotel where we'll grab our dinner.
In China, a huge nightly routine at the end of a hiking day especially is to soak your feet in hot water. So that's what we're gonna do right now, and it feels so comfortable. And after that, we're gonna be heading to bed early, so we'll catch you guys in the morning. The next morning, we returned to the Bright Summit, determined to make up for the lack of sunset we had the previous day. Although we didn't get the dreamy sunrise we had anticipated, the clouds parted, revealing one of the most breathtaking vistas we've ever witnessed on Huangshan.
When we woke up this morning, we opened the curtains and disappointment just fell. It was just pouring rain, fog everywhere throughout the entire sunrise as well. And we're just like, okay, we're gonna be prepared. Gotta buy some ponchos to make our way down really quickly to the cable car. But then we got out of bed and we realized that the sky was completely clearing. And we were like, okay, let's go up to the Bright Summit. And it totally is worth it, having stayed overnight, so I could see this amazing cloud aversion. We were so grateful it stopped raining so we could see some of the mountains that we missed yesterday before heading back down.
A quick note before we head down is that this right here behind me here on the Bright Summit is actually a hotel. Didn't even know about it. And actually this is technically a hostel. So for those of you who don't want to drop 1,100 yuan on a room, this is going to be a great budget friendly option and the views are right there.
Okay, the legs are cramping, but we gotta get down there fast so we can get some breakfast and fuel up these legs.
Yeah, because yesterday was a pretty big hiking day. My calves are on fire. Lauren's quads are on fire. Breakfast ends in 45 minutes. So definitely in a little bit of a rush this morning. We need our energy so we can continue exploring.
The service at Baiyun Hotel is actually surprisingly pretty good. They sent us off with a couple of water bottles, And they also gave us some free coffee. We ordered whatever we wanted from the coffee shop and we went with a flat white.
They have essentially a thing pretty much like butler service. You can just WeChat whatever you need. You need waters, you need more coffee. They go ahead and, oh, I just spilled the coffee all over my hand.
Oh, babe.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe it was
that is crazy.
maybe it was a better idea to drink it before we walk.
It actually tastes like a proper cup of coffee. Wow, because here in China, they like to use these Nescafe packets.
And it's not just like regular black instant coffee, it's always the ones with sugar and creamer.
Anyways, this coffee is going to sustain us as we hike through this final part of Huangshan. Thankfully, we did do the bulk of all the stuff we wanted to see yesterday when it wasn't raining. So today we're just going to take it easy. We're not going to be doing too much, but hopefully we still catch some amazing views. What you see in front of us, ladies and gentlemen, is no other people. This alone makes it worth it to stay up here. Man, look how peaceful it is. Spooky vibes, nobody around. Beautiful.
And it's already 9:30 too. Where is everybody?
It is so foggy out there right now. Like, you cannot see anything. You can't see any of the mountains. If we didn't see all the mountains yesterday, I think we'd be pretty devastated. But right now, I'm actually kind of enjoying this because it gives this like really moody, spooky vibes. It's actually not too bad to me. Right now we're walking through the front side of the mountain, essentially back to the Yuping cable car, which again was the busiest and most popular route. Even though it is this cloudy, that means fewer visitors, this route is so slow for us to go through just because of how packed it is. Cannot stress this enough, it is really beautiful here, but man, the back mountain, way quieter.
With the conditions just not improving and the sheer number of people coming up the front side of the mountain, we felt like we got everything we were going to get out of our time in Huangshan. On the way down, we spotted a number of porters carrying people up while they sat somewhat comfortably in bamboo chairs. It seems like a great way for someone to experience Huangshan, even if they were unable to trek for long or just simply wanted a ride in full emperor style. We had an amazing time exploring this beautiful mountain range, and we can't wait to show you guys where we're heading to next.